There we go. Right on me. That's what I like to see. All right, guys. I'm back. Kilk minus Ian. He is no longer with me. We got a little bit of Hearthstone with you. We were going to go to Wise. I don't know if Wise is going to have a game. Her opponent has yet to show up, but we'll see. They got about another 4 minutes, I think. So we'll see if they do end up showing up. But it sounds like we're going to go to Jay's match. Man, Jay's undefeated, so it's going to be really fun. Jay knows how to navigate his decks correctly.
Okay, there are a couple turns in.
There are a couple turns in. That's fine.
Like 2 turns in.
Okay, yeah, you guys can send me. I'm down. Let's go. We're playing cards. We're on turn 4.
Death Knight versus me.
Is Ian still here? He's not still here. Sorry, Crossbone God. All right, so we are on board with Jay versus Crovey. Looks like he's playing a mage deck. And Jay is playing Death Knight. So Jay's looking to keep his undefeated streak alive here in the waning weeks of Hearthstone, looking to go back to those national championships.
Heartland, by the way.
And we're up against Heartland? Excellent. All right, we got Iowa Western versus Heartland, and it looks like see some kind of elemental mage. Interesting. That's a very strong turn 4 there with a bunch of 3/2s. I would expect that we are going to see the play. Nice. Fantastic board clear there. Mage should try to repopulate the board again. And this is basically how this match is going to go. Mage is probably going to try to repopulate while Death Knight looks to clear and deal his own damage until it gets to a point where the Death Knight just has too much on the board. And it doesn't matter if you populate your side, he's just going to clear it and still provide damage. We also saw the Plague go into Crovey's deck. When he draws that card, it is going to deal damage to him. Nice little frozen touch there to take out that 4/3. Draw a card. That's also a fantastic... When you are playing one of these decks that wants to really push the pace, you really want to make sure that you can constantly keep your card draw going. Once you run out of cards, you basically lose the game. And we got the Prison of Yogg Saron. I love it. I am a Yogg Saron fan. I'm a Yogg stan, as I like to call it.
The old version of Yogg came out a long time ago.
Yeah, the original version of Yogg when he came out was awesome because he casted a random spell for every spell that you cast that game.
And it did it before they nerfed it.
Random
it
targets.
Persisting through death.
Yes.
Of Yogg, and that's how they nerfed him. If Yogg kills himself with a spell, then it would cancel it. That's how they nerfed him.
Yeah. So Jay's in an interesting spot here. He can hit with both 2s into the 7/5 to kill that, and then he could play the 5 cost to clear the board and leave his own 5 cost on. Ooh, that was fantastic. That's what he needed. We'll see if he decides to... Oh, he's just going to go for the damage. He's going for the plagues in the deck. That's going to allow him to play his 3 cost.
Killing this because the death rattle doubles all the stats of the elemental in his hand and deck.
Yeah, I kind of get that, right? But at the same time, like, he's just going to start taking 7 damage.
That's true, yeah.
So, while the 7/5 is big, he could have ended this turn with a probably a 2/3 left on the board if he played the 5 cost burrow because it has rush. Oh, we got an upgraded card coming in. So I guess real quick, for those of you guys who might not know Hearthstone, the mage can spend 2 mana to deal 1 damage to anything she wants, whereas the Death Knight can spend 2 mana to create a 1/1 minion with rush. All right, I see what you're doing here, Jay. Jay takes the health. Infect all enemy minions at the end of your turn. They take 2 damage. Blood Boil looks cool, especially with Lifesteal. We should probably eliminate that card. He's going to probably hit the 2-1. Now he's going to go face. Gets a Kobold Miner, which is fine. Kobold Miner, I believe it excavates?
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. He will not get a very high level excavate off the miner. That's usually a card you want to have in your opening hand. Every time you excavate, the rarity increases. So being able to excavate multiple times is always helpful. Jay made me look a little pedestrian there with the play when he dropped that 8-cost minion. He obviously had the play ready to go in his brain before we saw it. Chain Guardian, Rush Reborn. Reborn will resurrect that minion as an 8/5 when it dies. It is a very strong card. It can take out a lot of the high-level minions that have lots of health. And the fact that it can be reborn, and if it dies on your turn, you get to rush again.
It also costs less for you to play the end of the deck.
Yeah. So if he hits this, so he's going to play this card, and his opponent's going to be real sad. Does mill a card. It's a little unfortunate, but that was not a bad card. Play that 7-cost, Jay. Kill that 14/8. Maybe he doesn't want to do it because he wants to wait till there's 2 minions on the board. That way he can double up. Oh, well, he's just going to...
He needs to be careful about running out of hand space because he's got a lot of cards, though.
Yeah, but he got the rock. So Burrow Buster gave him the 3 damage. Throw Pebble in your face. Runes of Unholy come out. He gets 2 taunt minions with the weapon. And he gets to shuffle a Plague in there. That's what you like to see. And every time his opponent draws one of these cards, he's going to get his own 2/2 skeleton. So, a little scary to draw cards against someone who's putting bad cards in your hand or in your deck.
They have 20 so there's 6 plagues in here, I would assume.
Well, no, because also the mage has drawn some cards already as well.
That is true.
But there are a good amount of plagues, so we will start seeing that be a nuisance to the Plague Doctor here.
Why is this one not double? Because it said hand and deck, so there's nowhere this card could have been where it wouldn't have been buffed.
Yeah, that's strange to me. I bet Jay will know off the top of his head. He usually knows these little things, so it'll be interesting. It could be.
Your hand, it should have been buffed, and if it was in your deck, it should have been buffed. Unless it was summoned through like a spell or something.
But then it would say created by X. So. Azurite Chunks coming out. Oh, that prosthetic is going to be huge. The prosthetic hand magnetizes to an undead or a mech. And obviously, being a Death Knight, all of your stuff is basically undead. So that was a fantastic draw right there. 2 more plagues go into the hand. And there goes another plague. Mage, getting a little lucky here, not drawing any plagues so far. I feel like he's got an awful lot of them in there.
He has at least 6 now.
Yeah. Oh, get a random Overload card. The Overload is a mechanic that allows you to play a strong card for very little cost, but then it locks your mana. Yeah, it locks your mana for your next turn. So if it's Overload 1, you would have 1 less mana.
Azurite Rat, Battle Cry, give your highest cost, resurrect your highest cost minion, +2/+2, reborn and lifesteal.
Yeah, it's gross.
Why does it cost? I guess he summoned it all.
Yeah, I believe it was created. On the left-hand side, I think you can go over. And hover over the rat card if it's still there. No.
Yeah, it's too
He's already played too much. All right. Well, so far Jay is performing very well,
fun right at a time.
but he did get the frozen touch off, so that's fine.
Yeah, anything else you want?
Yeah. So we should see the Cobalts probably get traded into the 3/2, or the 3/3. I guess that works too. Infect all enemy minions. I like this play. So now Jay's just gonna go face. He's adding Alistair in. Nice. Gain that 5 health. So mage, when you're in this position, I will expect the mage to start trading with those. Oh, that deals that damage at the end of his turn. Interesting. Okay, I thought it was at the start of his next turn. So I just read that card wrong, I guess.
Yeah, Blood Boil Infect does the 2 damage at the end of his turn.
Okay.
And life steals that.
Well, that's probably GG for the mage. Unless he's got a board clear here. But even then...
He has 10 mana. Mages have spells that cost like 10 mana that can be board clear. But...
Yeah, but he's playing what looks to be a more elemental rush mage. 0 cost 16/16. Can't beat that. Except for when you only have 9 health left. Oh, interesting. He got a Wrath from the Molten Rune. Yeah. He's looking to do the 1 damage. He needs a way to clear the 5/5.
Well, the issue here, Jay still has...
Oh, that's what he needed.
Like, if he wants to win on the turn, he has to knock Jay out on the turn. He's got 30 HP.
Well, at the same time, we also haven't seen any of the... and there's the Plague. Taking that 2 damage. Give your opponent a 2/2. Oh, here comes another one. Restore 2 health to the enemy. Restore 2 health. Oh, man. We couldn't just get one more Plague to come out of there and just end the turn. All right, Jay. Let's see. Some players like to play their turn even though they know they have...
Brought back a 9/11. Oh, it's the Primus again. And he just destroys the giant steel victory. Oh my god.
So there is a world here where he should not have done any of this.
Regardless of who he was going to win.
Yeah.
The only thing
In a different format, you don't do that, right?
Yeah.
Because...
Like, the one thing I don't want Jay to do, the one thing that was like in the back of my mind is like the toxic thing to do is pass your turn and see if he dies to a plague card.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Please.
So in other formats where you might have to use this deck that you just won with, you would generally just end the game in that turn,
Yeah.
utilizing as few cards as possible so they get no information. But at least in this day and age, though, most people know what they all have deck trackers, right?
Yeah.
We even here in the NJC league, we send each other our decks so that everybody knows what's in our decks. So there's no unknown factors there. So 2 different thoughts of gameplay, I would say. I'm assuming Wise got her FF win.
I have to check.
If she did, we should see if she wants to come in here and cast with me.
Yeah.
She did.
Let me go ask.
Yeah, see if she wants to come in here and cast with me on Jay's game. She'll know a little bit more about it than I will. I say that. Should I not say that? That she'll know more than me. I'm supposed to be the Hearthstone coach. Oh, no, and that's a bad draw from Jay. Right off the rip, he gets a 10 card. Costs 1 less for each mana you've spent on holy spells this game. So, looks like we're getting Paladin versus Rogue. Crovey decided to change up his deck choice, which he did not have to do, by the way. But he does draw Righteous Protector, which I think you just play, right? That's the exact card you wanted. And it's a mech rogue? I'm already a fan of Crovey. This guy's bringing out some fun decks. All right, chat. We're going to talk powers in this game. The Paladin that Jay is playing, he can spend 2 mana to summon a 1/1 token. We lovingly call them dudes in Hearthstone. He gets to summon a dude. If it's for a Paladin, they're called dudes. And the rogue can spend 2 mana to equip a 1/2 dagger weapon that she can use to attack anything she wants with her hero. So, right now you're seeing Divine Shield. Divine Shield will totally negate any damage from one source, and then it pops it, just like that. 2/1 trades into there. And so if we think about it from a hero power perspective, the Paladin can spend 2 mana to make a dude, whereas the Rogue can spend 2 mana to make a 1/2 weapon, which means he can kill 2 things. You come to hang out with me and cast Jay's? We just watched Jay's Plague Doctor, as I like to call it, his Plague Death Knight. Take out, it was an Elemental Mage?
Yeah, Elemental Mage.
Yeah. And is that a meta build right now? Do we see a lot of Elemental Mages?
Only when it's paired with Excavate.
With Excavate?
I don't see it as often lately.
We might have to push this. Can you? Are you picking her up fine? There you are. Okay, good. I don't know how close we have to be. I'm always like on top of my mic. I feel like. And now, but we're also watching Mech Rogue versus his Holy Paladin. So, would I assume that Mech Rogue is also kind of meta right now?
It actually is being more and more popular lately.
Okay.
I've lost to it too many times.
And I assume that you got an FF win today.
Yes.
Is that how that went? Okay. Well, that's unfortunate because we get to play the game, so we'll always take a win.
Yeah.
That means you started in 3rd place today.
Yeah.
In the league, which means getting the win is good because it could bump you up into 2nd if the guy above you loses. Looks like Jay decides he's just going to clear the board and move on.
It's simple.
Yeah. Jay outplayed me as a spectator in last game. I'm like, what? He should just do this, this, and this. And then next turn, he's like, I win.
In the room, and the first thing that I heard from him was that I think his last turn he actually misclicked something and he still won. So
yeah,
he
well,
didn't intend to do what he did, which is
he had 1 on the board, so it didn't really matter what he did as long as he didn't just not attack.
Yeah.
Security Automaton. +1/+1. Has this guy ever been the bane of your existence?
Very much so. Especially when they got 2 of them and then duplicates it, adds into all the bonuses.
It gets a little broken. Oh, we got the Ogre Fist Boulder. That's what I like to see.
Oh.
That was created off of the
Off the excavator.
yeah, off the minion he just played. I can't remember the name of it. Boulder something. Burrow Buster. There we go.
Always a fun card.
Burrow Buster, yeah. And here comes Ziliax. I remember Ziliax from my time. Ziliax is probably going to get magnetized here. Oh, it gives him poison and rush. That's really big. Divine Shield, poison,
Lifesteal.
taunt, lifesteal. Like,
Now stealth.
well, there you go. While a minion has stealth, it can't taunt.
I think it still can taunt. It's just, I don't know.
Rush, Mana Thirst 6. Now, what does Mana Thirst do?
It's just how many mana slots you have available, even if you are at 0 stars or 0 crystals.
So it can still be played.
Not only can it still be played, but the bonus effect for having 6 is...
Basically, it's
Okay.
if you're at 6 mana crystals, you gain Reborn. If you play it before that, you don't.
Okay, cool. I like that. It's a very cool effect there.
So you have to be basically at turn 6, which is double this minion's
And then it becomes free, basically, right?
Yeah, that
Plus Reborn. Okay, cool. I like that. Unfortunately, Jay did draw the gardens. on his opening hand.
Oh.
So he had a 10 cost in his opening hand, which is a little unfortunate.
Just sits there for a while.
Yeah. Does he have another thing to
Oh, win.
stop the 6-2? I was wondering if he was going to be able to stealth it again. Yeah, but he can play a magnetic stealth mini to re-stealth it, which is how he got it stealthed, right? Whenever you magnetize... Oh, well, this is great. You're just trading that 3-3 into the 6-2. Oh, and you're going to give it Wind Fury, Divine Shield.
Nice.
Oh, no.
Making the poisonous pointless.
Yep. So since Poison, he did not deal damage to that character because of the Divine Shield, Poison does not trigger. You have to deal at least 1 damage to it. That 1 damage can take down a 100-100.
Yeah.
Yes, it can.
And were you bringing any new decks today if you would have had your game?
No.
You're still running the same ones?
Yeah. I can't
Have you been
find-
enjoying those
Very.
decks a lot?
I hear a lot of the cards though are gonna go away next week with the
Oh,
new
really?
expansion, yeah. So I've got to rethink that.
Yeah, but it'll be adjusted, right? Because some
think
cards are
so.
going to go out of their 2-year rotation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That just means you dust them.
Dust them?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Turn them all. You turn them all into dust and
I didn't think of that actually.
get some of that back. Unless you're someone who likes to play wild. If you like to play wild, then you can. I feel like as a newer player into Hearthstone, playing wild is probably not the way to go
Not.
because the craziness of the wild cards.
Yeah, I tried once. I was confused.
It's yeah. Have you had any experience going up against? It was the Giants Warlock, where they would basically put themselves down below 15 health, and they would just get free Giants all day.
No, I had one where they kept summoning
They would
the
just
same.
fill their board with 8/8s every round. Like you're just like what? But that's what Wild does. That's what happens in Wild. Just the most broken mechanics all combined from all of Hearthstone throughout time just get combined into the most extreme decks you've ever seen. Well, unless the Rogue pulls out something crazy, aka Miracle Rogue style, which is he does not have those cards in a mech deck like this. This should be a win for Jay.
Oh yeah.
The idea of once you're, out of cards, you pretty much lose. Although I will say some of the most fun games out there I've had have been in like Arena, where you and the other person are just out of cards, and you're just drawing the most ridiculous cards in Arena from your Arena decks one at a time, hoping that it's better than the other guys.
Yeah. I think that only happened once, and I had nothing.
It gets a little crazy, but it's fun. Jay trying to see if he has lethal here. He has 20. He needs to find 3 damage.
Why not use the garden then?
Give me +4/+4. Yeah, that would secure the deal.
Oh, the spells to reduce the cost.
Well, he already had 20. Oh, because he can't attack with the 3/1, so he did not have it. That is my fault. Does he? Does Hand of a Doll give it to him, plus Garden's Grace, because he played a holy spell?
You just didn't see it at the top of the
Yeah. Perfect. Well played there by Jay, finding that lethal damage on the nose, too. So, that's one of the things I've talked to you about a little bit, is remember, you have, 90 seconds, I think?
Yeah.
Something like that to play your turn. Don't worry about roping.
I thought it was 60.
Is it 60? I don't remember off the top of my head. So
I've never.
it's been a long time. I just know that the game gives you that time. You may as well take it.
Oh yeah.
Life Coach. Life Coach was the famous Hearthstone player back in the day, who was notorious for roping every round.
Okay.
He would play his whole turn. He would rope from turn 1 all the way through. Now, people hate that, right? Because they're like, I just want to play, I want to get through. You know, but he was a fantastic Hearthstone player. Probably one, at the time was definitely one of the best in the world. And you know, his outlook was the game gives you that time. You should take it. You make less mistakes. You know.
Yeah.
So I never faulted him, but I will say there was a few times where, you know, I changed the Twitch channel during the event because I knew I could come back a half hour later.
Oh yeah.
Warrior against warrior.
Oh.
And they got an extra 10 health on or something.
The
Prince Renfall.
Yes.
it used to be just 35.
Yeah. Sounds like you got a little bit of a buff there. Have you played against this deck, Jace? This warrior deck of Jace?
Don't remember. I could have banned it maybe because I don't like going against warrior with the new only one of each in a deck and then.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. I can't. There's a name for those decks. I can't remember what they're called.
I don't know.
Where you only have, it's like Commander in Magic. You can only have one of each card.
Yeah.
I don't remember what they're called, but it was for a long time when you could play quests.
Quests?
Yeah, so there was cards in the game that you could, if it was in your deck, you always drew it in turn 1, and it would say perform X actions, and after you completed those actions, something would happen, like you would get a weapon that was really strong, or you might get something else, and each class had its own quests that it would
Okay. I know when I first started playing, they had not mysteries, but like anomalies.
Yes.
So random things would just happen depending on anything.
Yeah, there was a lot of weirdness. Yeah, the quests were like they positioned themselves in the same way a secret would, and so both players could see what the quest was. You know, for like a rogue, it could be attack 4 times with a weapon or something. You know, just something random. And it was a fun time, I would say, in Hearthstone.
Oh, yeah.
It was definitely very interesting.
An extra element added to a game that can get boring.
It can a little bit, right? If it gets very repetitive.
Repetitive.
I would say a weak turn from Krovi's standpoint, right? He had an opportunity there to drop more minions. Instead, he gained armor.
Yeah.
And drew a card. So, but it looks like Jay's going to take the same route and go with excavating treasures. Oh, he got the Motherlode Drake.
Oh.
It's a fun card for 3 mana. 4/3 Divine Shield Rush.
Lifesteal.
Oh, and Lifesteal?
Lifesteal.
Man, it just keeps getting better. That's broken.
Lifesteal is so fun.
Oh, here it is.
The no duplicates.
Yep, no duplicates. Now there was decks out there in these warrior decks. Remember I said that back in the day, warriors had a way to have an infinite deck. But
That's
you
what
had
it
to
feels
have,
like, yeah.
Yeah, but you had to have certain cards in that deck, and they would play these no duplicates, but they would have duplicates until they drew those duplicates out of their deck. Then they would play it. So it was kind of a hit or miss if you could get that infinite armor scaling.
Jeez.
And of course, you get 2 warriors in those battles, and you know they're at 100 and something armor, and they're both just. The game does end, by the way.
Eventually, I'm sure.
It does. There is a turn limit, chat. If you are not aware, I believe it is 50 turns. I believe.
That wouldn't surprise me.
And then the game ends. And I believe it's whoever has the most health
Okay.
wins. And if it's the same, it will draw.
That, that's an annoying card.
Oh, another 5 damage.
5
But he only has
damage.
three mana here. And we know that Jay does have Ignis on board. Jay effectively is going to have 9 mana this next turn. So,
Oh, right.
because he has
The coins.
The coins, yep. Here's a good one. Deal 3 armor. Might as well get Gonna craft a custom weapon. Let's
Goodness.
go.
I'm surprised I can't see what he's picking.
He picks it so fast.
Yeah, he knows exactly the ones that he's looking for, so.
Wind Fury after hero attacks and a random 8 cost.
No way.
If we and we're gonna make it to turn 10 because these warrior decks, he can play it next turn.
Yeah, with the.
He's gonna play it next turn, and he's gonna eliminate 2 cards off the table and drop 2 8/8s.
That is
I'm assuming his opponent also has this card.
probably.
I think they're actually playing 2 different decks.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah, I think they're playing 2 different
Is
warrior decks.
is Jay not playing
He's
the?
not- yeah, I don't think he's playing the same because he has duplicates of stuff in his hand.
Okay.
Right now, like things I've seen already. So
Mm.
I think
I don't think it's called Menagerie. Maybe it is. Is it a Menagerie deck where it's all?
I'm not sure. I know there used to be Menagerie Mage decks, but that was because there was a Menagerie
That's because of the Karazhan.
card. You put the
Mhm.
Karazhan, yeah.
Well, there. So, what is the game mode where the auto battler game mode?
Battlegrounds?
Battlegrounds? Yeah. In Battlegrounds, Menagerie decks are a thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
Oh shit. Jeez.
And shield block.
Okay.
That card. Okay.
Well.
Jeez.
Do it, Jay.
Yeah.
Do it. That's what I like to see. Good job, Jay. And he takes out the 6/8, which I really like. I think I would have hit it first to wait.
That was a combo.
Yeah.
Well, he did the attack to that 2 times because if he hits and he gets one that has rush,
Invincible.
Invincible.
Reborn,
Yeah,
Battlecry,
and Death Rattle.
Another random friendly undead +5/+5.
I don't think he has any more undead minions in this,
Yeah.
but
Draw a minion, transform all friendly minions into copies of it.
yeah.
Those are
Battle
both
cry.
Good cards, but because of the battle cry, yeah. So
You're really hoping for
Rag.
8/8
Ragnaros.
worth of stats, right?
Ragnaros throwing 8 damage fireballs for no reason.
Yeah. And that's the trade-off with this weapon, right? He will eventually be able to hopefully draw some of these really ridiculous minions off of this weapon. And I don't know if it's only pulling minions from
No,
the current
only
standard.
from anywhere.
Right. So it can pull an 8-cost minion from
Basically like wild.
the past,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which can make things really strange.
This is not what we stood for.
Oh, okay. So
Haunt, divine shield, and something else.
draw your
Death
highest
Rattle.
tier, draw his highest tier minion in his deck. So this will be cool. Jade does not have minions in his
Nice.
hand.
A lot of spells.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, he does have the geode. Okay. Okay, I
Oh,
like this
that
idea.
works.
He's gonna go face both times. Cool.
Battle cry.
Shuffle 4 giants in your deck.
There's a
Let's
battle
go.
cry.
Oh,
Both
And the
systems have battle
same.
cry.
yeah. Well, the 8/8 though is fine. When you're playing an 8-cost minion, getting an 8/8 is acceptable. When it's random. So, I would say this was a much better draw than his. The last turn was okay because the 5/5 actually had reborn.
Yeah.
So, he got a Nubricon. Nice. And is that a druid, a Nubricon?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. But we also are thinking through this, right? The amount of cards that he is using to just combat this weapon,
Right.
right, is a lot, right? And Jay is kind of just hanging out, I guess is a good way to put it. He does have the Craftsman's Hammer down there, which I assume he will play this turn, maybe next turn, after he does his attacks.
Because this is a weapon, you don't want to replace this.
Right.
Oh.
What? It's just 8
And-
cost
And
minion.
you
And he got
a
Tyrion?
taunt with
The Paladin Tyrion, you know.
every third minion you play.
Each turn costs 0. Well, that's not really going to help him out too much.
Not,
Because I don't think that this deck has a lot of like small minions.
mm-hmm.
But if he can find 2 small minions, and then he can play like a 10 cost minion for free, if he's able to get him out. Tyrion was a huge draw.
This is huge.
And
Four
the
mana,
Azurite Ox, yeah.
Battlecry discovered 2 8-cost minions in suddenly. So he basically went from having a weapon that did that 6 times to now he's doing it 8 times in one game.
Lightbringer by itself is a fantastic weapon in this game.
This game, yeah.
Like,
Ashbringer.
Ashbringer, yeah, 5/3.
Yeah.
Jeez.
This is weird.
Garrosh is not having a good time
This
against.
feels like the Miracle Warrior. I've ever
Right.
seen one. This is pulling stuff out of his ass. Another
An elemental.
No duplicates card. Discover an elemental, which will have 2.
Uh-oh.
That's okay because Tyrion's getting ready to kill a 5/6. And then we get to excavate with Kobold Miner. Really?
Probably best too.
Because it's Divine Shield Taunt, why would you not go face? Because of course it's him that's like you.
Yeah, but these warrior decks have so many ways to just deal 1 damage.
Oh, well, that.
I guess we just say never mind. Escaping Trog.
Oh,
Yay,
God.
let's go! Get him, Trog.
And then 2 damage to all enemies.
Oh, and we got rid of the Shield Slam. Not very impactful considering he has no
10.
armor right now.
I just want to see him play the Ox.
I think it's gonna be like a
He'll
last
probably-
resort.
Yeah. Even but a 4 cost is crazy. A 4 cost that draws 2 8/8s. Or 2 8-cost minions.
Discovers them, so it plays
Oh.
them. So
Yeah.
basically, it's a 4-cost minion for a 5/5 that also.
Oh, and he got Khazgroth.
Gain immune this turn.
Yeah. I think you save that because that's really just to save you from dying. Or I guess he plays it. You can play it if you want. But the Ox is a 4-cost, summons a 5/5 that also plays 2 8/8s, so you have a total of 20 mana off of a 4. Also, it gives this guy immunity. It doesn't give you immunity.
Oh, okay. Whoops.
No, I thought it was going to be for the player as well. I mean, to be completely honest.
But the Shield Slam is out of Garrosh's deck now.
Mm-hmm.
So Krovi does not have access to that, you know, a 10 damage. Your hero gains armor, they gain that much in what?
Attack.
Oh, okay. So basically, he turns into a druid power.
Yeah, I've been hit with 30 damage like that before.
Oh, yep, that makes sense.
Start
A
a
brawl.
brawl. You've excavated twice. This always wins.
Yes, so Brawl as a card is so fun.
Yes. It's not needed right now though with the board state he has.
Right. Hey, immune, let's go.
And just gaining armor right now?
Yep. Summon 5 1/1s.
Oh.
But if one dies, give the others +1/+1.
Yep. It's a very, very good card, and he has 2 minions on the board right now, so he would fill his board if they stay. I'd be very surprised if this 6/12 stays. There's no way it lives this turn, right? Like,
It
this
could.
guy's entire turn should be dead.
Oh, no, I'm thinking it's
Board.
He's got his own weapon here. Here comes the 8/8s from him.
Yeah. It depends on how lucky he gets, I guess.
That's true, and he only has 6 mana now, so he won't be able to play it if he does
And
have it. It's a
the
10 cost
question
card.
Is it completely random or is it the same?
think it's the same options.
Is it the same option?
Oh, he's making 2 weapons, by the way, because he has double battle cry.
Mhm.
Yeah, because of the Brian.
So,
Oh.
But he's also assuming the game's going to last that long.
yeah.
Right. He can't play a 10 cost weapon because if he does, like, he loses the game.
Play this after your attack.
Okay. That was
There
a
it
good
is,
card.
yeah.
That was a good one created. I feel like this. I wonder if he drew
Legendary.
two. Do you play this card now? This is interesting. I don't know if I would play
I think
this
you
card.
go with the Badlands guy. You just
The
win a
brawl?
free brawl.
Yeah, but he doesn't need to worry about that yet. He wants to wait till the big minions come out and then.
Oh, there's Reg!
Oh.
Yeah! Let's go, Rag! Get taunt. Get that storm giant out there with taunt. He's got a poison. Nice. And hopefully Rag goes face.
Fingers crossed.
That's what he's hoping. He destroyed minions hoping he would go face, yeah. Yep.
There we go.
Face is the place for Rag. The Garrosh is also getting pretty low on cards.
Oh, Badlands won.
Yeah, created by ETC. Thanks a lot, ETC.
Just counter with your own Badlands.
Ah,
Oh, wait,
And it
double
happens
brawl.
it double
Twice.
brawls, yeah.
Interesting. Oh yeah, now you just do your own brawl with literally no reason not to. He summoned a minion, time to do my own brawl.
Yeah, but it's got reborn, so he's gonna have to hit it. What is elusive? Can't be tar. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Deal 5 damage. Forge.
And the one that it
Then deal
splits.
5 damage. Oh, okay. So he can. He should be able to kill this guy, right? Oh, the Valkyries with Rush will do it. Okay, that makes sense. It's a good idea. Throw the Valkyries down. Take 1/1 into it. Then take a 2/2 into it.
Mhm.
Then take a.
Eventually 5/5.
Yeah. So he should be able to clear the board here pretty quickly. Yeah, so this will clear the board. With a 5/2. So now we're going to find out what that other weapon is.
Oh yeah.
Because he got a double weapon. I have to imagine that this guy's going to play that. Or he's probably also got Craftsman Hammers himself.
Mhm.
Seems like a weapon that an armor pass will run.
Insect, a minion, and
Oh,
Valkyries.
no!
6.
Disaster! This is why warrior matchups are so funny. Aftershock is pretty low.
Oh, Aftershock would, but the bubbler.
It doesn't do enough damage.
Oh no, the Aftershocks
Just-
are
just
gonna
do-
kill that thing.
Just brawl. Just brawl.
Draw.
That's true, yeah. I think you do just brawl. I think Badlands Brawler is a fantastic play here. You have the card advantage right now. So,
These things only got rush, so he can't attack it.
right. So as long as Jay can keep clearing the board of big minions, he will just win by fatigue.
Fatigue. Okay.
Yeah, we just opponent for 5.
Why? This was an interesting
Okay.
play.
Oh.
Yeah, but he should be able to kill everything.
Oh, he's gonna do this.
But if he does this, these other ones are going to get bigger. These 4 ones will get bigger every time he deals damage.
Jail back.
Oh, okay, so
This one-
it doesn't
because
do
a
one
lot
at a
of
time.
properties.
I feel like it used to.
It probably did at one point. You're
Maybe
right.
not that spell, but the mechanics in the game I feel like used
Yeah,
to work that
it
way.
used to, yeah.
I would say Jay has a huge advantage right here.
Oh yeah.
He has another weapon in his hand. He has 2 Badlands Brawlers on the board, which
There's
means...
the mainstream in.
Immune while attacking.
Okay. That's fine.
After your hero attacks you.
So we're in an interesting spot here where he doesn't want to play minions right now. So Jay can literally play this card He pulled it again. There's a world where Jay just doesn't have to play a card.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, he'd just armor up and pass. Because if he's not being pressured in any way, shape, or form, unless he has a way to refill his deck, he's just going to start losing to fatigue. There used to be where warriors would play the game of not drawing cards. They wouldn't play their draw card because they wanted their opponent to be the first one summoned in fatigue.
Okay. So just get armor and then have the
And
other
then pass.
player. Okay.
Yeah, because if he's not putting any pressure on you and you're, 10 cards ahead on the draw system, and you have cards, like he has 2 Badland Brawlers in his deck
He
right
got an
now.
Azrael Ox too. That's gonna summon 4 different minions.
And with
Oh,
Red
okay.
Rock-
Well, that's fine.
You got double rag. Wow.
Oh wow. And it happens again because of the.
Yeah.
And that's okay because he can just Badland Brawlers and then pass. So it starts getting real hard for a Control Warrior if you're
I was
behind.
gonna say, I thought he'd summon the 3rd rag.
Oh, yeah. 3 rags? Like, that'd be wild. Could you imagine?
I probably quit the game.
This is a fantastic turn by his opponent, to be fair.
Oh yeah.
And he's going to clear that 2/4 with the rush, it looks like. Oh, this is huge. Oh, what is that? Oh, is it dormant?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Rag dealt 16 damage. We're going to see Badlands Brawler come out here. Because that is dormant,
It won't be affected.
it does not get affected. Correct. He's doing this just to excavate. It's got a 5 card.
And make it
Cost
cost.
card. That's great. All right. Well, we have now seen 3 rags go the way of the graveyard in this game. Ragnaros feeling like he's fighting World of Warcraft players 3 expansions later.
Just back in classic.
3 expansions later when 5 guys are running up on him and just blowing him up over and over again.
Jeez.
Sometimes being, that like the elemental god of fire is difficult. In essence, that's what he is, right? Their elemental god of fire. And he can't really ever actually die. Can he? He just... Did they actually kill him?
I think they did.
Did they?
Because they killed him in the Firelands in Cataclysm. if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that's right, because that's where he's... So when we
That's
killed
his- That's
him...
his plane of existence. So if you kill him in
Yeah.
his plane of existence, he actually dies.
When we killed him in class, in...
Classic, he was summoned into our plane.
Yeah, he got sent back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it works. Okay. So how have you been liking Hearthstone? Since I know that you started playing Hearthstone last semester.
It's been fun. And especially now knowing what I'm supposed to be doing, it's been, yeah.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a learning curve, but I also feel like it's generally a very fun game to pick up.
It is.
It feels very new player friendly, I guess is a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Until you realize that you're playing ranked and these guys have 100 cards you've never seen before.
Yeah.
But you learn what these cards are pretty quickly just by playing the game.
It does come,
So he got Queen Azara off of his Burrow, which got him a 5-cost minion for free. And the battle cry is you cast 3 spells before you get the Ancient Relic.
Oh.
Well, he's got Blade Storm in hand, so he only needs 1 more spell, and I'm
Well,
sure...
This I think counts too. That could be right.
No, that's a
no.
weapon. It has to have the spell tag.
Got it.
All right, well, the armor war continues.
Yep. One with more armor, the other with more health.
There's the spell.
There's the spell, and the Valkyries are getting ready to come out. This is fantastic. He should play this card and play the Craftsman Forge.
You should play Blade Storm first so it doesn't show his Valkyries.
I would save Blade Storm in case this guy drops a 10-cost minion. Blade Storm by itself will kill it. Because it repeats until the minion dies.
True, but he wanted to get Queen Azara out.
That's fair. That's a good... And hope that his Ancient Relic is incredible. Oh yeah, Horn of Ancients. That's the one.
Colossal. That's a. Isn't that where they summon an extra minion?
Yeah, they summon extra minions on like the sides. because they're
Yeah.
part of the same unit.
So this is where the other warrior loses.
Okay.
Because he has no more cards he can draw, unless he has a way to repopulate his deck, which I don't know if that's in the game right now. They are going to take Ramping Fatigue. It doesn't happen very often in Hearthstone that you run through your deck. In Magic, you just lose,
Yeah.
right? In Hearthstone, every round, he's going to take an increasing amount of damage. So next round, this warrior will take 1 damage. The round after that, he's going to take 2 damage. And it's just going to keep on going up. And then if you can play cards that make him draw cards, that keeps going.
Oh.
Keeps going up. So Jay should play probably Craftsman Hammer here, just a hit to the face for funsies.
Of course.
Sarah, you know he wants to play this card too, right? He got Neptulon.
Russian Wind Fury.
If you control any hands, they attack instead. Interesting.
Which are immune while attacking.
Yeah, it's so broken.
What is it? Summon?
2.
Yeah, you get 1 on each side, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, this warrior has to win with these 6 cards and his 2 weapon swings, and I just don't know if that's possible. He dealt 33 damage. Tradable. That makes him draw a card, though, doesn't it? It does not make him draw a card. Okay, because there's nothing to trade, so that makes sense. He's going to land 18 damage here.
Jeez.
Oh, probably going to play that.
Yeah.
51 armor. I didn't notice that.
But that's okay, right? As long as he can't
He's
deal.
got 4 cards left. He has what?
He.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know. Maybe he noticed something I don't.
I didn't see a misplay there.
The interesting thing is it's Colossal +2 Rush Wind Fury, which means I think if you attack with the 7/7s and it says Neptune attacks if they control any hands, they attack instead.
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly what that means. If they'll continue-
I knew that he was going to have a Craftsman Hammer in his deck. There's no reason not to if you're running Armor
I
Warrior.
think he's gonna play the dog here.
Here we go.
Oh, so both hands attack.
Yeah, you get to hit with both. And he's going to
Twice.
play Heavy Plating right here.
And he's still attacking. Okay. Interesting.
So all he has to do is keep gaining health, and he just wins the game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And do not draw cards. That is the one thing he does not want to do.
He's got 5 cards.
He wants to play this, but he's scared that it might do something crazy and
Well,
lose
that's
him
me
the
hovering
game.
over it. I'm like, what does it mean by using this?
Oh, I know, but I know that Jay wants to play this card because he just wants to have fun with it. But he's scared that it might do something that's going to cost him the game right now. Ooh,
Aw.
all right.
You Batman Troll or Batman Troll?
I think you slam Burrow Buster here.
Get an next one.
Yeah.
Another Ox. Oh
There
my
it
god.
is.
Jeez.
Primordial.
Oh, the Primordial Drake too.
Storm Domain.
So the Primordial Drake is going to deal 2 damage to everything on the
It's
board.
only a Battle Cry So it's actually a good thing. Deal damage to all other minions would have dealt
Well
damage
played.
to stuff.
Let's see, does he take the honorable way and just die to his own fatigue? And draw a card. Yeah, that's an unfortunate card for him. Yeah, and he's going to draw another card here as soon as he ends his turn. And that is, that should be Jay taking the series, right? Or is that just, that's not game 2. That's game 3, yeah. Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, well navigated there by Jay in the Control Warrior matchup. That's a very difficult matchup to navigate. It's generally whoever uses their resources first loses. So the goal is to get them to use all of their big resources before you. This guy's probably like, man, his deck is crazy. I'm going to take this guy's deck.
I want to take this deck.
It looks so much fun to play. But I'm also a fan of those decks where, like, they do random stuff.
These were
like,
both versions of Control Warrior.
Yes, they were very cool, both of them. I liked both the decks. I thought the Bran in there was really cool. That way he's, like, doubling up on his armor plate and the constant battle cry effects is awesome. And shout out to Crovey for sticking with, oh, Jay's going to kill him instead of just ending the turn. If I was in Jay's position, I'd have left him at 1 and ended the turn and let his thing kill him. But that's just me and how I play Hearthstone. Maybe, I don't know, is that toxic in Hearthstone?
I wouldn't call it toxic, just annoying.
Just annoying? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's strategic.
Strategic,
if you
yeah.
know that you have lethal with fatigue, you can use that. So.
Yeah, it's just another mechanic. So congratulations to Jay for taking that one over Crovey. Crovey had some really cool decks in there. The Element Mage was cool. The Mech Rogue was really cool. And I did like his Warrior, although he did lose. I think that Jay got a little lucky with some of his draws there.
Very.
The weapon that he got was wild, but he was able to get those power cards out early, which forced the resources to be used and really reduced a lot of that armor that he had. So congratulations to him. Congratulations to you. Technically, you took your match 3-0 today. There he is.
Hi.
Alrighty, Wise. Well, thank you for joining me for casting that. That was awesome.
He had lethal for like 5 turns.
Well, what would he could have done? Because we didn't see it.
His weapon had Wind Fury, and it gained him 8 armor every time he swung.
Okay.
So the first time he swings, he has 5 attack. The next time he swings, he has 13 attack.
I think he.
Okay.
I thought it only gave him immunity. I didn't think it had Wind Fury on it.
I thought it had. I'm pretty sure it had Wind Fury.
I don't think it did. I
He
think
was
it had
doing the whole
immunity.
time. I think he would have done it if he realized it.
Yeah, he was a good enough player. I think he would have done that. I think it had immunity. He had immunity for attacking.
Well, he still should have been swinging at face either way.
Yeah, so being a Warrior player myself, when I played Hearthstone, Control Warrior was my jam. I loved watching this match. I thought it was fantastic. I loved your deck. I thought your deck is very strong. I think you got a little lucky there in some of your draws.
No, I got
choices.
unlucky actually.
What could have been better?
You know that card I drew on the last turn? I would have liked that way earlier.
Doubling your armor and stuff like that for sure.
That's not doubling armor. That's my win condition in that deck. It's the same card that he played, where every time he gained armor, he gained attack.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
You
just didn't
gained
draw
all-
that as early.
I didn't draw it.
But you did draw. You got the 2 coins, which allowed you to get your 10 cost weapon out.
Yep,
a
that
turn
gave me
early.
a lot of pressure. Allowed me to force him to use his board clears on those.
And that was huge. Like, I feel like that play right there won you the game.
Yeah, in fact, I'm pretty sure you saw me holding a few cards when I could have played them.
I made a comment on that on stream. I was like, I know he wants to play Yogg.
No, it wasn't Yogg that I was holding, but I was holding my other minions because I knew he had at least 1 board clear left in that deck.
And you had to assume, even if we didn't send each other deck lists in this
Yeah.
week prior to, you would have had to have known that one of the ending cards in his hand was the weapon.
Yeah, because
Every Control Warrior would have to play that weapon. That's a good weapon.
Yeah.
Gives you armor when you hit, so.
Yeah, it's a great weapon. It's part of like winning the game with that deck. The poisonous weapon, I'm like, of course he got poisonous on his one drop weapon.
And then I was sitting here thinking, going, dang, what if he got it again? Like,
well, if he got poison on the other one, I would have been a lot less happy with how that match was going if he had gotten poison.
And obviously you forced him to do a lot of card draw early, which in Control Warrior matchups, that's what you want. And you burned his Shield Slam.
Yes.
Which was really big.
In fact, my deck was bigger than his. I drew through my deck faster than he drew through his.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
My deck was 40 cards.
Yeah.
At the end of it, I was down to 3. I was down to 2.
But he was also already like 3 turns into fatigue.
He was.
So I think he was 5 cards ahead of you.
Yeah,
fatigue.
He was 5 cards ahead of me in fatigue, but I just find it funny the fact that I still could have, I nearly outdrew him.
Yeah.
When it came to getting all my
cards. You were able to hit the tradable like 3 or 4 times for the 8 armor.
I hit the tradable once. He's the one who hit tradable like 3 or 4 times.
I know he played it at the end too. I know for like the last 2 or 3 turns you were able to play it twice. So. But congratulations, that leaves you still undefeated. Next week is expansion. I also messaged the guy who was in the finals last year. Mm-hmm. He is not undefeated this season. Really?
He isn't even top 3.
That's very surprising. He was a great player. Maybe he's focusing more on League of Legends this season.
Yeah, he told me he was focusing more on his other games. He hasn't been playing great in Hearthstone, and I'm like, oh.
So already got his national championship in Hearthstone. Just tell him to ride off into the sunset so we can get some over here.
Well, I'm going to do my best to beat. He told me that his teammate's undefeated, though. So
okay, cool.
I'm going to do my best to beat them. I believe his teammate is actually one of the like 3 people I dropped matches to last year.
Okay. Well, you're in a prime position. Going into playoffs, you're at first place in our region. What are we, West region?
We're East.
There's a few regions. I can't remember what. Being in a centralized school here in Iowa, some of our games we get put in West region, some we get put in East. It just depends on how many schools are in those titles. So, do you know who your opponent is next week? Have you faced them before?
Next week is a bye week, I believe, which I am happy about because next week is also expansion week. The expansion will launch on Tuesday, so if we were playing, half of our cards would be gone.
Right. Wise was making a comment about how a lot of her cards that she likes are going away.
Yeah. Let me think. Yeah. Her Sargeras is leaving. A lot of her mage things are leaving. Like the secret mage stuff, that's all going away.
Yeah.
Except for the Excavate. The Excavate is staying.
But she'll have to put something together for the last push in the playoffs.
Yeah, which is why...
I told her just dust them.
Yeah.
If they fall out of rotation, just dust them.
That's what I do. But what I was going to say is... Well, she has a lot of packs to open, and I'm going to advise her to not craft anything until, like, a day or 2 beforehand, so then she can get, like, some experience playing those decks, but the meta will not be settled by the time... It's going to be
very chaotic.
By the time playoffs start, which... is not good. I like having a meta settled because then I know what decks I need to watch out for.
Right.
I know some things are probably going to be
you're
broken.
Going to have a lot of grinding next week to figure out where the decks stand.
I'm probably going to try and see where the decks stand myself. I'm not going to be like the greatest. I'm not the greatest deck builder. I net deck. I steal decks from other people and I play them.
I mean, with how many hundreds of thousands of people play Hearthstone, I have to imagine that...
a lot of them play the same deck.
A lot of them play the same deck.
We can all hop on to and look to see what decks are doing the best. And
I am not playing. 2 of my decks this week are not the most played or highest win rate in their classes, obviously. Well, actually 3 of them, because he banned the 3rd one. The
Which one did he ban?
He banned my druid.
Okay.
Uh,
Token Druid?
Dragon druid.
Dragon Druid, that's right.
Which is essentially token druid.
It's too bad. I like dragons.
Yeah, that Dragon Druid is not like the highest win rate Druid deck right now. Neither is my Plague Death Knight. The Plague Death Knight I'm playing is just the Plague Death Knight I have the most experience with.
Were you sad that you didn't get one more Plague on his last turn to
Yeah,
draw to do the one
I'm
damage?
like, please plague yourself out. Oh, that reminds me. During my Paladin game, the whole entire time, I was dancing the Macarena.
Oh my god.
It came up on Spotify. I'm like, you know what? I'm vibing with it.
Out at your PC, just
Yup. You can ask Peyton.
he would be the one to sit there and dance it with you too if you asked him to. So, all right, Jay. Well, fantastic games today. Well navigated, especially in that last one. I thought that the navigation of that Warrior matchup was very well done because it is a very difficult matchup to navigate. Correctly.
I was actually playing that Warrior deck that I played for the second time ever. Because they recently unnerfed Renathal, which is what gave me the 40 health at the beginning.
Yeah,
of
Wise made a mention of that. She said it used to be 35.
Yeah,
and now it's 40.
It was 40 at the start, but then it was included in like 70% of decks, more than Ziliax, more than any other card.
That Ziliax almost got real scary for a little bit.
I
was like, man, I hope he doesn't stealth it again after he hit.
Yeah, I was just I saw the 3/3 Mana Thirst get reborn, and I'm like, okay, I'll take this. I saw it again. Well, why not again?
Might as well take it again, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, you're doing fantastic this year. Obviously, you're doing awesome in Hearthstone. Our season ended recently for League of Legends this past weekend. We were unable to make playoffs in there, but that's fine. And we did get to watch a little bit of your Smash games today too.
Yeah.
Against Incineroar, is that who you're playing against?
Yep.
I
hate Incineroar.
You're just throwing you against the ropes over and over again.
Yeah.
Felt like.
My comfy spot is my shield.
The Geef of Smash.
Yeah, he is the Geef of Smash. My comfort place is in my shield.
Right.
Which is why when I play against Storm, he will collarbone breaker and shield break me.
Did you see in one of his matches when he was Ryu,
Yeah.
he got the stun
The
stars with Ryu, and the dude fell off the map.
Yeah, he broke his shield with you know the that's collarbone breaker, and that will break your shield if you even have like the slightest amount of shield gone. It will break it.
It breaks it, and he did it on the corner, and the guy fell off the map.
I saw that. I reacted.
He jumps off the map right after himself.
I reacted in chat saying collarbone breaker.
All right, what he does love is Ryu. Hopefully he gets. I don't know if he's able to play Ed for Street Fighter this week. I think it might still be banned for one more week.
I believe he's allowed to play it. He's probably not going to play it though.
He should. I was at Planet Comic-Con in Kansas City this past weekend, and the guy that was basically King of the Hill was on Ed up on stage for like 2 hours just slamming people, any challenger that came up. It was wild. Yeah. But anyway, chat, it is the end of our day today.
Sorry the Warrior match took like 30 minutes.
I'm a fan of it, man. That's the reason why I never used to climb very fast, because I played control decks. I never played the rush decks, so I never really like blasted through the ladder. And
control is fun.
It is. It's fun to play, because you're basically just negating everything.
As long as it's not
I'm
priest.
also a blue player in Magic, so like I'm used to just screwing people over.
As long as it's not priest, I'm fine with control.
Oh, really? Okay.
I mean, I like playing priest control. Just playing against priest control feels so.
It's very boring. It just feels oppressive sometimes.
Yeah.
So. That's it for us today, chat. I'm Kilk, and normally I would tell you to follow stuff on things, but they took away my card. They gave me the...
There you go.
Before we go, Jay, any shout-outs you want to give to anybody for your fantastic Warrior matchup today?
Shout out to my brother and my mother, who I think are watching. Hi.
Shout out to the fam. Awesome. Always fantastic when family members come out to support the esports players and stuff like that, because it's one of the things that I made mention to early on in my
I don't know if we saw
time
it. Your
here.
opponent followed us 12 minutes ago.
Thanks for the follow. Let's go. But I don't know where my train of thought was because I just lost it. Family members coming out supporting esports players. Please, guys, if you have students that are in esports, if you have children who are in esports, even not at Iowa Western, the biggest thing that you can do is support them playing those games. When we talk about, as a parent myself, who grew up playing soccer and video games myself, anytime I was at a soccer game or when I was playing baseball or any of that stuff, my parents were always there to root me on. But when it was esports, it was just, me and my computer screen or me and my controller in Halo or it was just me and Master Chief, let's be real. So support is huge for esports players because a lot of our time mastering our crafts and stuff and like that is spent by ourselves. So shout out to all these sports players out there who are doing your grind. Families, support everybody else out there. Thank you, everyone, for supporting us here at Iowa Western Esports, and we will see you tomorrow with Overwatch. Have a good one, guys.
Yeah.